Good morning, dear friends. I am Dr. Reginam Linus, Associate Professor of Electrical Engineering Department at Sanjay Godavat University, Kolhapur. I welcome all of you in this IEEE Knowledge channel. And till now, those who have not subscribed, kindly subscribe this channel in this YouTube. If you are watching this in this YouTube, otherwise, if you are watching in this Facebook, kindly press this like or dislike buttons based on your preferences. So let me go to that video. And the last lecture, this is under the series of modeling of electrical machine. This is a 28th lecture, and this is the simulation model of DQ to alpha beta conversion. In the last lectures, we have done the simulation of ABC to alpha beta, then alpha beta to DQ. Now we are going to convert DQ to alpha beta with MATLAB, so that you can easily understand why we are learning this is in some cases where some variables will be converted into DQ and all the controls we have done, then finally we will convert that variable into AC quantities. It is necessary for measurement and other purposes. So we are virtually only we are doing for our easiest way of controlling this AC system. By reducing these losses and implementing vector controls in proper way, we are doing this type of conversion. So that is why it is necessary to know why we need to convert DQ to alpha beta and how one can convert DQ to alpha beta. Let me share my screen. In this last lectures, we have learned that this is our this is our alpha axis, and this is our beta axis. Then we have this is another one axis of D axis, and we have this is Q axis. Then this angle will be 90 degree. We have taken this axis as theta x. Then this angle will be 90 minus theta x. Then this is also theta x. So we transfer all the alpha beta variable to D variable. All these quantities in this D axis, and accordingly we have used this theta x and the conversion and all. Let me explain how this is a two-way we can do. I will explain two ways also. Now we are transferring DQ variable to alpha beta variable, right? So for example, if you are taking, this is the current which is flowing through this is I alpha, and the current which is flowing through this is I beta. Then you can take another one color. This is ID axis, ID and IQ. Now I am converting this I alpha ID and IQ to I alpha. So with respect to ID, how I will write? ID into cos of theta x, then plus I alpha, I am converting with respect to beta. What is this? I am going to convert dq to alpha beta. Therefore, I have written d with respect to alpha. Then q with respect to alpha. What I can write? Iq in the cos of 90 plus theta x into I beta. Then we can write it as I beta. So this is not I beta. This is we have ID. This is ID. Then I beta can be written as ID in beta with respect to D cos of 90 minus theta x plus IQ in the IQ with respect to beta, IQ in the cos theta x. So now, sorry, once again, sorry, this is IQ, ID, IQ. So we can have, write it as I alpha is nothing but I d into cos theta x minus iq into sine theta x. Then I beta can be written as id into sine theta x, then plus iq into cos theta x. So we can write it in, then I already told you I naught in alpha beta is same as I naught in dq. So we can write it as I alpha, I beta, I naught equal to, we can have cos theta x minus sine theta x 0 sine theta x cos theta x 0 0 0 1 into I D, I Q and I naught. This is the one way of converting that I alpha beta to I dq to alpha beta. Another way, let me take from this, let me copy this entire equation we have derived. In the last lectures, we have derived this ID alpha ID IQ. So we can, from this also, we can derive this equation. Now we need, let me take this is IDQ naught equal to some matrix in the matrix which will convert I alpha beta to DQ. Otherwise, we can, I will take in another one variable I, then I alpha D, and this is we have I alpha beta naught. We know this. So from this what we can write, I alpha beta naught equal to M inverse alpha D into I dq naught. So if you take this M alpha D, determinant of M alpha D is cos square theta plus sine square theta, that is equal to 1. So it is called as orthogonal matrix. So what we can write, instead of taking all the inverse and the cofactor and all, we can directly write M alpha beta, M alpha D already we have written as cos theta x sin theta x 0 minus sin theta x cos theta x 0 0 0 1. So we come from this, we come to know M alpha D inverse is M determinant of M alpha D equal to 1. Therefore, a orthogonal matrix. Therefore, M alpha D inverse is equal to M alpha D transpose. Therefore, M alpha D inverse is equal to, just we have to take all the column to write it in this, all the rows to column, all the column to rows. So we can write, that is the transpose of this matrix. So we can write cos theta x sin theta x and 0 cos minus minus sin theta x, then cos theta x and 0 0 0 1. So from this we can conclude I alpha, I beta, I naught matrix is nothing but we have cos theta x minus sin theta x 0 sin theta x cos theta x 0 0 0 1 into I D, I Q and I naught. So this way one can convert. So this matrix is same as this red, which is I have written in this previous slide. So this is the same matrix we have I alpha beta 1 naught. or not. And similarly here also same. So how one can implement in this MATLAB? Already we know this quantities, right? ID, IQ are DC quantities. We know the DC quantities. So now in our block we have to give what is ID, what is IQ, what is I naught, ID, IQ, I naught. This block has to convert that into I alpha, I beta, I naught. So now let me share my MATLAB file. See here, I have taken now this is the MATLAB function block. In MATLAB function block, I already told you in the last lecture why this theta minus 1.57. 1.57 is nothing but 90 degree in radian, 90 degree radian. So this is already leading. This signal is in this theta value is already leading in this MATLAB. That is what I have written minus 1.57. Actual value minus 1.57. Then input variable is ID, IQ, I naught and theta. Output variable is I alpha, I beta, I naught in alpha beta. So from this I alpha I have written cos theta x. Only change is here minus only, minus IQ, and I beta is here positive sin x and IQ. See, this is the way we have already done. This is my cos I alpha into cos theta x. So ID into cos theta x minus IQ into sin theta x, ID into sin theta x minus IQ into sin plus IQ into cos theta x, then I naught is equal to I naught. So this way I have done this simulation here. Then in this simulation, if you let me run, this is our ramp signal. Same thing what I have explained here. We have to give for one time value is 0.01, 0.02, output is 6.28. Why it is like that? The same thing once again I will explain to you. This is the one circle is nothing but it will start from 0 and completed to 360 degree. One cycle, right? If you complete that in the radian, 2 pi radian, that means 6.28 radian. So one cycle will start from 0 and it will reach us to 6.28. Then next it will start from 0, 6.28. Within the time period of the frequency 0.02 seconds. That means 1 by 50 hertz. So that 0.02. So this is 0, this is 0.02, and this amplitude is 6.28. That's what I have done here also, 6.28. Let me run this simulation now. So then before running this, this is the input I have given one magnitude maximum value. ID is maximum of around 5 amps current. Then ID, IQ ID, I will give 0. Even if you give some magnitude here also, you will get accordingly the DC value. Let me check the values. The simulation is completed. See here now, input we have given DC value, but dx is this is our alpha, beta, and y naught. So this is I alpha current, alpha axis current, and this is our beta axis current. Beta axis current, then 0. This is 0 axis is same. See, we are having now sine. I have given DC value is here, D value is 5. That is why we are getting alpha current is 5, and beta current some shifting 90 degree we have 5. Right, shifting 90 degree we have 5. Instead of 5, if we give this also, this 0 is for I naught, this will be always 0. I naught eq will be always 0. If we give IQ instead of IQ4, with respect to alpha, D and Q, we have the magnitude, phase angle. Sorry, that this is ID plus JIQ, right? This is a complex vector. Accordingly, we have the changes in the magnitude 6 and 6. That means we can write it here 5 square plus 4 square. 5 square plus 4 square, square root of 5 square plus 4 square, the magnitude will come here. Accordingly, these values will be changed. So, so the ID square, resultant value is ID square plus IQ square. So that is a resultant magnitude of this supply current. So with respect to in alpha beta, this magnitude will also change. So with this, we will come to know this is alpha is from starting from. If you see here, if you suppose if you are giving this is constant is 0, we will have this alpha will start from 0, right? Alpha will start from 0 and beta will be negative maximum and it will be goes down. At the same time, if you are changing the Q value which changes as per this phase angle, as per this, accordingly, this phase angle will also change. The reason is tan inverse is angle is nothing but tan inverse of I cube divided by ID. So with this, we can conclude that why these magnitudes are changing, right? So I hope this is understandable. From this we are going to conclude today that how one can convert DQ to alpha beta. In the next lecture I will explain then how one can convert alpha beta to ABs. Then once we know this entire concept, we can directly move into this induction motor modeling and MATLAB simulation also. I hope this is understandable. You can grasp the knowledge in a good way. Wish you all the best. Thank you.